Yeah, Tony, real happy with that record today. I mean, it's just a subtle little milestone, but to have 100 live viewers on the show, we were very proud of that. So, Mindy hit it right on the head with our community. It caught me by surprise that we went to that number today, but I was happy nonetheless. I was stoked.
That's that is right. That is right. And of course, there was fantastic numbers there from our group today in the morning steam. Viewership is increasing here. We're starting to see a lot of viewership increasement here overall on all of our channels now because again we're full service sports. We're not just do football and then you don't hear from us like a lot of the other services. So I want to welcome all the new viewers to us. Who are I don't want to put too much of a negative to it, but we're here for you with all the sports year round: NBA, college basketball, Major League Baseball. We give you deep dives in baseball, WNBA. So and when the football season comes, you stick with us. All right, you stick with us because we're with you here 12 months a year. And I know a lot of these multi-capper sites pick up our viewership greatly here this time of the year, and I see it in the numbers because the other people they may have followed kind of just quit during when football's over. So we'll welcome everybody here to our site. All right, Ramon, we go to college basketball here tonight. ESPN Plus. We go to the WAC here. Southern Utah here hosting Utah Valley. Southern Utah 1.5 total 154.
Yeah, no disclaimer necessary for this game, Tony. This is a really good game. Not just, two teams that aren't maybe in the college basketball vernacular of all of the viewers, not just to our channel, but in general. But in the WAC, this is a big game tonight. One of the best games in the country matchup wise between the Wolverines and the Thunderbirds. When I was a kid, we watched the LA T Birds. This is the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Utah Valley comes in though with the better record, 7-1 in the WAC. SUU 6-2. Both teams have lost to first place Seattle. Seattle sits atop the WAC at 7-0 currently. SUU's other loss was to Tarleton. So they are 2 games back right now. Well, a game and a half, I guess, back of Seattle, but they're 2 down in the loss column. So Utah Valley lost their game to Seattle 85-80. A pretty high scoring game. It was their only loss so far since the start of December. Utah Valley has been one of the hottest teams in the country out in their conference, and their head coach is Mark Madsen, the dancing bear, if you will. He's been there for 4 years now, doing pretty good job. He took over a program that was doing pretty well, and obviously the program promoted a little bit, and Madsen had to grow, had some growing pains too, and now they've become a pretty solid team in conference, certainly with their 7-1 conference mark, 16-5 overall. For the Thunderbirds, they are 14-7 overall, and they have a veteran head coach as well. They lost their game to Seattle 81-60. But before that, they put up 111 points against New Mexico State. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the nation, averaging 86 points per game, even though they've played some weak teams as well. They are still stepping it up so far in conference over the last 10 games or so. They've been averaging over 80 points as well. They also allow 73 points per game. So I'm going to see this one probably going over the total tonight. Pretty big number here to get over 154, but I figure if Utah Valley played, top team in the conference for 165 points. Yeah, the Thunderbirds only got 60 against first place Seattle, but this is certainly a little bit looks like a step down from Seattle in Utah Valley. Maybe not much, but again, Seattle was able to beat Utah Valley. So Utah Valley averaging 77 points per game, allowing 67, but they've won 11 of 12 now against D1 competition since that hot start to December, and have kept it rolling. 4 games have gone over the total in this matchup for Utah Valley. Meanwhile, 9 games have gone over the total in this one for Southern Utah. So they've been in this territory before when you're talking about a total in the mid 50s. In fact, Southern Utah games average close to 160 points per game. Some of those have been when they've gotten into some high scoring tilts with some teams that pumped that average up a little bit. But they've also scored decently against, some of the bigger conference teams. They scored 78 against Colorado, and they scored 76 against Kansas. So I do think this one can get over tonight. It's a big game in conference. I think they'll be freewheeling it a little bit. Southern Utah's won four straight meetings in this series. Like I said, Utah Valley, a little bit better of a team, but going on the road here, I think that'll lend to more at Southern Utah's preferred pace. And I have this one going over 154 points tonight.
All right, Mo says go over in this one, over 154 here, Utah Valley and Southern Utah. You know, this WAC conference, not just New Mexico State anymore. We're starting to see teams rise here. Seattle, the Utah Valley, Southern Utah, and the team near me, Cal Baptist, one of the newer entrants in the league, showing some success.
Well, the big story really in the conference, Tony, is at the bottom of the standings. New Mexico State, a team that wins the conference basically every year, they're 0-8 in conference, so they're back to square one a little bit. Nobody really saw. Yes, I think everybody's expecting a little bit of a downtrend for the Aggies, but not this. Not 0-8 right now, so new blood, if you will, uh, at the top of the charts there in the WAC. Seattle probably can hang on to this. Their program, has been just a gradual, steady improvement every year, and they're the one that has been in the challenge position against New Mexico State in the big games in the season in the conference tournament. To see them finally reach this point, they're a fun team certainly to watch. They're a little bit up tempo as well. So if you look at the adjusted offenses. So you do have this Southern Utah team. Not many compare to it, however, when it comes to scoring. Grand Canyon's in the conference. They also score pretty well. So not as much defense in this conference, certainly, when you look at some of these teams. But I think tonight, loser might be in trouble here when it comes to staying alive in conference. The other team that has a shot, they're tied with Southern Utah, is Stephen F. Austin. So they also have the two losses. So that's how the conference is shaping up, and this will be a big one. We're just not, picking out mid majors just any random beer. I, thought this one out pretty good. Game to preview here on the show. Maybe lost in the shuffle a little bit with tonight's big card, but certainly one of the top matchups in the country as far as conference importance and quality of play, and and close too. It's a nearly a toss up.
Yeah, I don't sleep in this Utah Valley. Road wins at BYU by 15. Road win at Oregon here by 5. Mark Manson. I just hope he won't take that Stanford job if it opens up. That's a tough job right now with this transfer portal. But anyway, Ramon here, Utah Valley, Southern Utah, over 154. This one will have a start time here of 9 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony's picks right now as we put up the board here. Fantastic numbers over the last 7 days, 1,007 units of profit. We have a 24-hour clock, so this is moving fluidly here, showing great results here as well from Ramon here in college hoops this year. NBA, fantastic unit production as well. MMA, NHL as well for past 30 days, some fantastic performance. All right, Ramon, we have some NBA, we have a lot of college hoops, big NHL card. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Tonight, focusing in on a 3-pack in the NBA, and that's my featured attraction there. You see it, 3-pack for $30. Also an NHL 3-pack for $30. Finalizing the college card off of a rough night. Got to dot the I's, cross the T's, and make sure on this one. Interrupted a pretty good winning streak right now. So gonna make sure I get it right here in college basketball tonight. We'll have plays certainly still to come, but NBA 3-pack certainly doing the job right now in NBA. My NHL, you still look back to last year, up 3 dimes since we started the site. So still doing well in NHL. So a couple of 3-packs up there right now. Expect a little more in college basketball, some late breaking stuff with this big card tonight, including some of those top matchups on the board in college basketball. So we'll get it done tonight, Tony. NBA, college basketball, and NHL. I'll be involved in all three as we get ready for the big weekend. No UFC this week, so I'll be taking a week off there from some of the picks, but been rolling that number two as well of late, contributing to my recent surge to the top of the leaderboards. But got to do a little bit of repair on last night. No problem. We'll get that done. Lots to choose from on this college board. So a lot of it just is game selection. When you have that many games, got to get them right.
That's right, indeed. Get on board here. Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll flash the numbers again over the past 7 days, showing great profit here. 1,007 units of profit last 7 days. All document over at Tony'sPicks.com. Tonight on the board, tonight an NBA 3-pack here for Ramon, as well as NHL Thursday night 3-pack up there. So get on board here for Ramon. Scott, right now with that, of course, remember that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. Of course, you may consider the long-term pass here for Ramon. He does have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. That 1-month pass, get all Ramon's premium plays for 30 days, all his NBA, college hoops, NHL, as well as the remainder of the NFL season. Championship, AFC, NFC, and Super Bowl. And of course, that you're covered there with that with that 1 month all sports pass. Of course, that'll take you near the end of conference season, and for some of the teams, I think we get into like February 25th. So that's getting deep into the college basketball season with that 1 month all sports pass. Remember, use that promo code at checkout, Tony T, to get that 20% savings. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Covers tab, and you will land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. Of course, the morning steam, you have a little day break tomorrow, of course, and then of course the Discord, which has been up and active. A lot of content up there, a lot of people going back and forth with picks and questions for the community up there. Kind of where the community can go in there and put in their plays. You keep everybody up to date with late line moves, injury information as well over on the Discord, and of course we got you there on the Twitter as well.
Yeah, get my pick tonight on social media. On Twitter, it comes to you in college basketball between UC San Diego and Cal State Northridge. Another free winner up for you right there. No details, no information, just a picks right there at Tony's Picks Ramon. You get a pick every day on that Twitter feed, cranked out each day. Tonight, UCSD and CSUN is your social media pick. And don't forget, got a couple of videos embedded into the Tony's Pick site as well. We've got my sponsor video, comes to you in the extra board game between Nicholls State and Corpus Christi. Check out that video right there. You see it there. With my eyes closed, I'm just picking it and pointing, basically, just which team. So take a look at that one between Nicholls State and Corpus Christi. We talked about it a little bit on the show. There was some steam that came in a couple hours later that was right in line with what I said was my prediction in the game. So take a look at that one. Also, the game between North Florida and Central Arkansas is my leaderboard pick tonight. Each day I cover the leaderboard, even if I wasn't on it last night, like I had been for several days. Cover the leaderboard, talk about who's hot. There you see it over at Tony's Picks. I'll tell you
Ramon
who's
Scott.
hanging out. Yep, there I am. And my pick to you in that game is going to come to you in the North Florida Central Arkansas game. So, got a couple of plays for you out there. More free picks from the crew here at Tony's Picks. So, you can get those picks, they're embedded in the site, also on the YouTube channel for the North Florida Central Arkansas game. Join us more in the Discord. I'll be in there tonight chatting away, giving out some information during the shows that are still to come and throughout the evening and tomorrow as well. We don't just ignore the site for a day. We just take a day off from the show, but I'll put in plenty of information there, preparing for a big Saturday as well of college basketball and our football weekend, of course, with the conference championship games. So, also, Tony, don't forget, we got the morning steam, Saturdays through Thursdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, and we had a record number of live viewers today Very, very pleased with that. So I guess we'll keep on doing the show another week. Even though when we take that day off, we're going to start the week. Our week starts on Saturday. And really was shocked to see that today when I saw it come up there. 100 up in the corner. It stood out to me, and I had to stop the show. And like driving your car, and you go over 77,777 miles, and for some reason you pull over and look at the odometer. But really happy about that, Tony. And thanks to all of our viewers for sticking with us. Really, I mean, just I'm amazed. I mean, I know it's only 100. I mean, Tony's got all these viewers, all these subscribers to the channel, and special 100 people have decided to hang out with us all at one time. That's very humbling. Thank you, Tony.
I think the official number I looked at was 102. So you got to
Yep.
102. So that's where it was, guys. So check it out, Ramon. Of course, Discord. I think Latifa put up her screenshot of what she wanted for lunch. I think Mindy had a challenge there. I think has to be paid off there if you check it out there. So looks like some nice, good-looking Chinese food. I believe it was there. I think it was some something. Was it the honey glazed
Wings, I think
wings? Right there it was, and some
it was
rice.
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, that would look pretty good as we hit the lunch hour. A reminder, guys, check out Ramon's leaderboard video here. Just click up on the top where it says Premium Picks. You'll get that free pick from Ramon every day here on the leaderboard video, as well as on the homepage where you can also click and get over there to get Ramon's sleepy pick. His picks with his eyes closed. He's so good he can pick him. He can pick him with his eyes closed. There on the homepage of Tony'sPicks.com, you'll get also a sponsored video pick as well from Ramon over there at Tony'sPicks.com. So make sure it's Tony's Picks Ramon for the Twitter pick. So lots happening there on the channel, and don't forget to click the link here on the chat room to get signed into our Discord. It's absolutely free. I'll have a collective mind there with picks and betting information, late steam information, line movement, line reading, a lot going on there on the Tony's Picks Discord channel. All right, Ramon, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
See you then, Tony. Thanks a lot.
Got it. Ramon Scott here